Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a great weekend. This morning, I want to talk about a variety of things, but the main thing that I want to talk about is how people will hold on to things that have happened to them in their past, things that are currently happening to them, instead of us, accepting what has happened to us and taking it and making the best out of any situation. We hold on to the things and we identify ourselves by the things that has happened to us in our past, as though the things that has happened to us is what is defining who we are on today, which that is totally not true. The things that have happened to us in our past, they came, upon us either to teach us a lesson or basically to just teach us a lesson, to show us who we are, show us what we want and what we don't want. Life is all about lessons, and it's all about learning, and coming into be the people that God intended us to be. So I'm going to use an analogy when I speak about the things that happen to you, or the things that are forced upon you by other people. I'm going to use the analogy like you're a catcher's mitt. Like in baseball, the catchers, they have a mitt on their hand so that when the ball is thrown to them by the other players, they can catch it into their catcher's mitt. In life, we walk around with our catcher's mitt up at all times, and people are constantly throwing things at us. And depending on what stage in life you're at, and I think everybody has been in a stage where, people have thrown things at you and you just caught it, then you place it in a bag, and you caught it and you place it in a bag. People throw salt at you, people throw lemons at you, people throw their negative opinions of you at you, people throw all kind of things at you every single day of your life. Growing up, people, different things that people do to you, you catch it in your catcher's mitt. You catch it, and most of the time, most people will catch it and they will hold on to it instead of, acting like Teflon and let it, what is supposed to stick, let that stick. And whatever isn't supposed, whatever isn't for your good or isn't supposed to stick or meant to stick, throw it out, let it go, catch it and throw it back. Not necessarily throw it back to the people who are throwing it at you, but catch it and let it go. You don't need that. You don't need a person's negative opinion of you. You don't need to walk around holding on to that. You're catching everything. You're catching hell. You're catching hate. You're catching everything, and you're holding on to it. And now you're walking around, and every time somebody comes up to you, that's what you're talking about. You're talking about all the hell that you're catching, all the onions and all the lemons and all the things, and you're taking these things and you're identifying yourself and your life by the things that you have caught, the things that you are placing in your bags. And you walk around people, you telling them about it. You're reeking of onions and negativity, and the average person that comes along, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to smell it. So they don't want to be around you if you're holding on to all that stuff, because that's all you're talking about. Now, if a person is negative like you, or has their own set of bags that they've been carrying all these years, misery loves company. So, the two of you may join together. That's why a lot of times when you see people hanging around each other, they're hanging around each other because they have things in common. But the average person who's on a spiritual journey, or someone who has overcome a lot of things in their life, they're not going to want to hang around that. They're not going to want to hear about all the things that you have caught in your catcher's mitt over the past 20 or 30 years that you still aren't willing to let go of. You have to let all of that stuff go. You have to let it go. Keep, what will cause you to be a better person. Throw away what you don't need. People can be very cruel. And I don't know anyone that has not been in a situation with somebody that, I don't know anyone that hasn't been in a situation where they haven't been called a name that they know they were not, or they haven't been stolen from, or um, had something bad happen to them. I don't know anybody. We've all been through things, but that's not what defines us. The things that happen to us aren't what defines us. We can take a bad situation and turn it into a good situation, or we can take a bad situation and walk around and have a pity party for ourselves all day. And that's that's just not the best route to take. Because when you have had things thrown at you all your life, and you're catching it and you're holding on to it and you're talking about it, it's just going to make things worse for you. It's going to, you're feeding the problems instead of starving it and letting go of it. You're feeding it, and it's causing the situation to grow and to grow and to persist in your life. So you have to stop talking about it, number one. You have to, number two, let go of it. You know, you're not identified by the things that has happened to you in your life. That's not who you are. You know, what has happened to me is not who I am. The things that I've done when before I knew any better, that's not who I am. Who I am is who I'm striving to be daily. You know, the things of your past, that's not who you are. Let it go. Let it go. Do not hold on to it. Just let it go. I took some notes because I really want to get my point across about this topic. Um, okay. One thing I failed to mention is that, you know, like when you do talk about it, it grows. But when you choose to let some of the things go and stop talking about your problems all the time, then things get better for you. It's better to walk around, even if you do have a problem. When somebody asks you how you're doing, say I'm doing great. I'm blessed and I'm highly favored. When someone, instead of telling someone about all of your problems, whatever you feed will grow. So starve all that crap and just speak into your life what you want to see. And when you speak, when you talk about how God is blessing you, and don't ever okay, let me back up for just a second. I have heard people say something, and then they'll put a but at the end of it, and then they'll say something negative. When you do that, all you have done is cancel, excuse me, you have canceled everything that you previously said. For example, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing great. I'm blessed and highly favored, but my knee is aching. You know, it's why put the but there? Because when you say the but, it just kind of like canceled out everything. You know, the negative stuff, just don't talk about it. The less you talk about it, the the more blessings that you know you'll have to come your way. And as far as like that catcher's mitt, all that stuff you catching it and you placing in your bag. You the bag lady. You just walking around with hate and all this stuff. You just carrying it, and carrying it every single day of your life. If you carrying all of that stuff around, where is there room to receive your blessings? Have to let it go. God cannot bless no mess. He can't bless no mess. You got to get rid of the mess. You got to get rid of the mess. Let me take a look at my notes again, because I don't want to miss no points in what I'm talking about, because this is very, very important. Very important. It's like I talked about mostly everything, but just one more thing before I end this video. Like when people, I like to use the analogy about lemons. Everybody know that lemons are very bitter. They're sour. It. I don't know anyone who would just take, you know, bust a lemon open and just take it and squeeze the lemon juices in their mouth without first adding something to make the taste of the lemon more desirable, and less bitter and less sour. Um, when somebody when somebody gives a lemon to you, a lemon could be they have hurt you, they have stolen from you, they have hit you, they have placed you in a bad situation. When somebody gives that lemon to you, turn that lemon into lemonade. Add some sugar, get some water, and just turn it into some lemonade. Don't walk around holding on to that lemon. Just holding on to the lemon. turn your bad situations into a good situation, because we all go through bad situations in our life. We just gotta, it's about how we choose to look at the situations. Are we gonna just walk around holding on to a sour lemon, or are we going to see if we can make it into some lemonade? The best thing that we can do is make it into some lemonade. And also, we have to turn our pain into our purpose. That's what I have done. Like when I was like going through different situations in my life, a lot of the things that I speak about were birthed through painful situations that I went through in my past. So I have turned my pain into my purpose. If I can do it, you can do it. Anybody can do it. Just it's all depends on your perspective. How are you choosing to look at your situation? Once you look at your situation as an opportunity, you will be able, the sky's the limit. You will be able to move on past all of the hurt of it. Don't identify with the hurt. Identify with the lesson, because in every lesson there's a blessing. You know, through every pain there's a purpose. Every lemon can be made into a lemonade. It's up to you. How do you choose? How are you choosing to look at your situation? Find the good in everything. Find the good in everything. That's pretty much the gist of what I want to talk about. You know, we all have a catcher's mitt. What are you holding on to though? What are you catching in that mitt? What are you catching in that mitt? Reach up and grab some goodness, grab some blessings, grab some encouragement, grab some inspiration, grab some inspiration. Don't hold on to anything that's not going to serve a good purpose in your life or in anybody else's life. I'm going to bring this video to an end now, and I will see you all back here on the next time I record a video. I pray and I hope that everyone has a great week. I hope that your week is prosperous and full of many, many blessings. Thank you for watching.